thanks again for coming to that tea shop with me. If you ever need anything, just let me know. Oh, go on, sit. Let me just move some of this out of the way. You know, I didn't think you'd come, actually, considering how last minute I asked. Well, it was urgent. For starters, there's the only one around within a reasonable distance, and they procure some of the rarest blends I've yet to see. Also some of the most expensive, so it was exciting to just browse and sniff the various samples. More importantly, they had finally restocked that tea set I'd been eyeing. Yeah, with the golden spoons. I placed an order for one while you were asking about the infusers. Anyways, I really wanted to show my appreciation for your patience today, so I'm glad you agreed to have tea with me. Right then. Well, I have them sorted by the aroma they give off. Earthier ones here, floral ones, spiced ones, minty ones, and so on. And within each grouping, I've sorted them by their actual type. So black, green, oolong, and white. Yes, I'm sure I don't have any... Ha! Sarcasm doesn't suit your gentle face, my dear. Go ahead and pick whichever one piques your fancy, and I'll fetch the sweeteners. What do I suggest? Well, personally I'm torn between Earl Grey and Peppermint, although now I'm partial to serving you chamomile in the hopes of quieting that quick tongue of yours. I'll have to remember that comeback next time I'm joking with one of the clerks. And... there. Have you chosen one yet? I was hoping you'd pick that one. Yes, that'll do just fine. My. We haven't known each other long, but I'm so thankful to have met you. But of course! Who better than to share a cup of tea with than the person who saved your life? I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for you, and that's a fact. I would have died before trying jasmine with vanilla, and now I can't imagine my life without it. No need to be so modest. You have a good heart, so don't undervalue it. Speaking of the heart, tea can be a great way to keep it healthy. I wouldn't call it an obsession per se, although I'd much rather obsess over tea than anything else. I drink coffee as well, although it's a rare side of me nowadays. Whenever I fell sick or was just having a rough day, my father would make me a mug of spiced milk tea. The leaves weren't necessarily high quality, just a name brand hot and iced blend. I grew up with it. He'd brew it hot, pour in some milk, and then sprinkle in a good bit of cinnamon. But no matter what was ailing me, that recipe always seemed to do the trick. I'm not really big on milk anymore, but I stand by that recipe so long as I have the means to. Make it for you sometime. You want to do this again? Really? I'm glad to hear that. Well, enough about me. How have you been? You mentioned at the shop you found a place down the way? Well, that sure sounds cozy. If you ever need ideas for the decor, I happen to have a few friends well versed in interior design and can do the work at more than fair price. But that aside, I'm curious as to what led you to seek residence in this small town. Nothing really happens here, so what are your intentions? Oh, okay. Wait, really? Wow, that's... Well, it's beautiful that things are working out for you. So, dear hero, how does it taste? You're not just saying that. Well, that's great that you enjoyed it. Feel free to help yourself to more. Oh, of course, the baked goods that I brought along with me. Here, have a few. Yes, this one's made with honey. It's my favorite. You know, it's been some time since I could just sit down with someone and enjoy a delectable cup of tea. No worries, nowhere to be, no obligations, at least for a little while. You say you've put this monster hunting and daring rescue behind you, but in the same breath you ask me about a princess. I'm unsure of any royalty that could be hiding out here in the country, but we do have a few rather peculiar characters that tend to come by every once in a while. Like who? Well, you know, the occasional cloaked figure and odd merchant that seems to be gone within the hour. Like I said, it's a small town. Nothing really happens here. We don't ask questions, and we prefer to keep our peace and quiet. It would do you good to avoid disturbing that. What do I mean? I'm just saying that, you know, perhaps it's best not to lurk too far in the dark, especially when you're not sure where you're going. But anyway, let me remind you that this tea right here is actually nearly a century old. Yes, I know, it's been in my family for ages now. My grandfather brought it over from a distant land. None of us have tasted it, but it's rumored to have unfathomable healing properties. It's actually rather thrilling to think about. Do I ever think of... No, of course not. The fact that it's only rumored to heal is not enough for me to try and risk it. For all I know, it could be poisoned. Curiosity once killed a cat, and a bird, and several human beings, among other things. So, no, I will not be trying it today, but I do appreciate your curiosity, young hero. Now, about your travels. For what you seek, I recommend going westward. Yes. There will be an inn on the first town you come across. Ask for Bethel. They'll have more information for you there. But you must not speak of ever having met me. Ever. Do you understand? Good. Oh, look at the time. I'm sure you've got much to do yourself, so I won't keep you. Thanks for being such great company. You're welcome back any time. Alone.